On the news tonight, FCT administration flags off construction of infrastructure development of Maitama 2 district. Queues at fuel stations persist as correspondent gives update on situation. And vaping in focus as Nigeria joins global community to mark this year's World No Tobacco Day. Thanks for joining us on the news at 7 on NTA Channel 5 Abuja. My name is Aisha Oba Ali. The Federal Capital Territory Administration has flagged off construction for the contract for the final engineering work, design and infrastructure development of Maitama 2 district. Onoze Yakubu tells us more.
Earmarked to cost 184 billion naira, the project, when completed, will open up the federal capital city to accommodate the high influx of people into the nation's capital. The FCTA Permanent Secretary Olushade Adeshola says the Maitama 2 district, which covers 780 hectares of land, will help to provide the needed engineering infrastructure necessary for the growth of both residential, commercial and social services.
We are committed to ensuring sustainable funding of the project. Accordingly, besides the revenue from our IGR, we will seek funding from other viable sources. With the end of an administration, we will now see influx of new set of human population into the territory, and the city needs to continue to expand and grow to capture and provide for this.
The local government administration should be allowed to have control over a certain percentage of the land available in the local areas. We cannot build a city that will just be for the rich people.
The project is expected to be completed within 48 months.
We have a site somewhere down here that has been earmarked for the development of
The city developers say the scope of work for the development of the new district includes site clearance and earthworks, among others. Onoze Yakubu, NTA News.
Meanwhile, NNPC Limited has adjusted the pump price of petrol PMS to 537 naira per litre across its retail outlets. A statement from the company says it is in line with current market realities. Naturally, the change already reflected in most NNPC Limited retail stations is not limited to the company, as most major and independent marketers how queues have resurfaced at various filling stations in the FCT, with many petrol stations either shut down or dispensing their product with only one or few pumps. Cecilia Julius reports that residents of the Federal Capital Territory have experienced mixed feelings on the development.
Just when Nigerians have recovered from the strain of long fuel queues shortly after the cash crunch saga, more queues have resurfaced, coupled with an increase of price of fuel. Nigerians, while reacting to the situation, call for government to rectify the looming fuel crisis.
Subsidy is really the best option because it's all about liberalization, a free market. It's going to have a negative impact temporarily, but we're going to really find it's a level playing field for all the oil marketers, and we are going to get to a stage where things will go back to normal.
Can you see us? Everybody in Naira. Is it our country?
They say they changed the price to 490. Okay, you change the price to 490, sell the fuel to us. They just off the pump. All of them went inside. They say they are doing meeting and we don't know what is happening.
It's like sabotaging the government. It is bad. You understand? Because what they say till the end of June, that is when it will commence. So at least, even though they want to do that, they should allow maybe end of the June, then they can start anything they want to do.
Relevant authorities have been called to ensure the ordinary man can afford the commodity. Cecilia Julius, NTA News.
With a growing population of more than 200 million people in the country, coupled with daily rising risk to climate, environment, waste, and water management, stakeholders have called for sustainable solutions to avoid further damage to humanity. This came to a fore at a stakeholders workshop on assessment of the investment climate for the biocircular economy in Nigeria, resources recovery and reuse businesses in Nigeria. Cecilia Julius again has that report.
In an effort to achieve Sustainable Development Goals 2, 6, 7, and 13, such as zero hunger, clean water and sanitation, affordable clean energy, and climate action, the International Water Management Institute has engaged stakeholders on viable ways to invest and improve biocircular economy in Nigeria.
To ensure that the output, not just of this workshop, but of this assignment, is accepted as a country brief by the new president and his team to move the country forward in terms of youth employment, job creation, renewable energy production from these sectors.
Stakeholders across various sectors expound on ways to achieve clean and affordable energy as well as efficient waste management.
Agricultural products, most of them are wasted away. But with the circular economy concept, we'll be able to make the use of this waste into wealth.
In Nigeria, different regions have different energy sources for the production of briquettes. In the north, you can use agricultural residues. In the southeast, you can use other sources. So for us, I think mapping that energy source is a very important statement for us in ICRA.
In solid waste management, you can see a lot of waste there that people are just throwing. They are not biodegradable. They are not biodegradable because they cannot degrade. They cannot degrade, but they need to bring them back.
The Institute is advocating more investment opportunities across Nigeria and Africa to drive home its agitations. Cecilia Julius, NTA News.
Our new toothpaste, Colgate Maximum Cavity Protection.
Why are we changing our toothpaste?
Because with Colgate Maximum Cavity Protection, I can be sure your teeth are cavity-free.
When you brush daily with Colgate Maximum Cavity Protection, its expert formula locks natural calcium in our teeth and helps protect them from cavity. Colgate is the world's most chosen toothpaste.
Colgate locks calcium in,
keeps cavities out.
Colgate is now available in 300 Naira and 500 Naira packs.
Every day, life presents hopes, dreams, and challenges. Challenges that can become successes with a little help. Because a little help can empower you to go from despair to celebration. A little help can keep you going until the race is won. A little help can turn bundles of anxiety into a bundle of joy. And with Glow Data, you get much more than just a little help. You get the biggest data deals in town to make every day glow with small wins and big wins. Dial *777# to select your Glow Data plan.
Thanks for staying tuned with NTA Channel 5 Abuja. And looking at health reports now, rising concerns among medical experts around the world is on the new trend of tobacco intake called vaping. Correspondent in this report looks at concerted efforts of government and other partners as Nigeria joins the rest of the world to mark No Tobacco Day.
Sometimes if it even enter my nose, but I go even the perfume they smell it from my mouth.
Me, particularly, I don't smoke.
On the streets of Abuja, these respondents seem to know the dangers associated with the intake of tobacco, while those in the business of taking tobacco refuse to speak to NTA on camera. The side effects of smoking, medical experts describe as enormous. especially with the warning coming from the manufacturers that smokers are liable to die young.
Smoking alone, the smoke that comes out, we've identified that it has over 7,000 nauseous substance there. And of these 7,000, about 2,500 of them, have been found to be carcinogenous. So that is, carcinogenous means that it can cause cancer.
In Nigeria, the 2014 Tobacco Act was a legislative tool to help check the increasing trend of tobacco intake. The theme for this year is "We need food, not tobacco."
People around the world are going hungry while 3 million hectares of our planet are used to grow tobacco. It's time to redirect our efforts towards agriculture that nourishes our bodies and our environment.
Growing tobacco also is said to contribute to deforestation of 200,000 hectares annually. In 2020, 22.3% of the global population reports say used tobacco, 36.7% of the menfolk, and 7.8% of the world's women. Since 1987, when the World Health Organization adopted the last day in May as World No Tobacco Day, countries have continually created awareness but still need to step up legislation and develop strategies to assist in achieving on the global campaign goals. And still talking health, public health records indicate that in the past decade, a number of children have been lost to tuberculosis. The public health challenge led to the declaration of some days in May by the federal government as National Childhood Tuberculosis Taxing Exercise. Lady Helen Child Health Foundation, a non-governmental organization in partnership with the FCT Public Health Secretariat, say this is to ensure eradication of tuberculosis in children and other members of the society. Odiri Ogbaru Aritere has that report.
Records by the World Health Organization rates Nigeria behind China and India in affected cases of tuberculosis in the world. This worrisome epidemic, experts say, has claimed nearly 70% deaths in Nigeria. Program Manager, FCT Tuberculosis, Leprosy and Brewer Ulcer Control, Dr. Ngozi Ebisike, was at the Destined Children Orphanage, Kado, to test the children as part of the National Childhood Tuberculosis Testing Program.
Treatment is free of charge, and we also follow them up during the process of the treatment. And we have child-friendly drugs for the children.
I'm really grateful because on a normal day, I don't think we're going to think about running them tests for tuberculosis and all that.
Lady Helen Child Health Foundation is keying into the program by assisting with their medical experts in carrying out the tuberculosis screening under the watch of the founder, Dr. Benjamin Odika, who is a consultant pediatrician in the United Kingdom.
Federal Ministry of Health is actually doing a screening for identification of tuberculosis across the country. And because of the prevalence and endemicity of tuberculosis in the country, they felt that children need to be screened.
Experts advise that people should be screened and treated if found positive, so as to stop the spread of TB. They urged the government to increase the daily test of tuberculosis in the country. In Abuja, Odiri Ogboru, Arutere, NTA News.
Our new toothpaste, Colgate Maximum Cavity Protection.
Why are we changing our toothpaste?
Because with Colgate Maximum Cavity Protection, I can be sure your teeth are cavity-free.
When you brush daily with Colgate Maximum Cavity Protection, its expert formula locks natural calcium in our teeth and helps protect them from cavity. Colgate is the world's most chosen toothpaste.
Colgate locks calcium in.
Keeps cavities out!
Colgate is now available in 300 Naira and 500 Naira packs.
Let's look at what is trending in the world of sports.
Coach Ladaboso of the Nigerians under-20 male team, the Flying Eagles, says his boys will fight the host Argentina from the beginning till the end of today's first knockout round at the FIFA Under-20 World Cup. Bosso acknowledged that a knockout game can go anywhere, and as such, there is an approach, with a plan to execute accordingly in a match later tonight. In table tennis, Orok Etim and Durosimi Etim emerged champions in the men and women single finals of the second race table tennis tournament held at the Oba of Lagos Sport Hall, Eco Club, Surulere over the weekend. In the men's category, Etim defeated Ahmed Bello 4-3 in a close contest, while Ayonwale Jamiu and Akombi Ridwan were joint third. With Sport Brief, Gilbert Enyi, NTA News.
And it's on that note we'll wrap the English version of the news. It's time we hand you over to translation. I am Aisha Oba Ali. Have a pleasant evening.
Wizo kwa we ngona na iwo abada zaza ishanda josuma oniye wagobagnai akinzina bado nko attention bai api no ajin ameno metama peje bai bala tuntunka na baige azo abo akanwa no abai ho mbani oneze yakubu wona leseba webe na bedai wagnaige no tuntun koyin na kuko zejin ko baji ajiwe nlo abilion taji nche tushi ni mo achegun anyi apie ban ni akuba mi baba mi ba shi aza mbabe lebe jime danu nsaye nkoni nya kan kai pe nya danu okinzin na tun ba olisa de adosela wagage akin lo mpata ni aye apie taji nche tu shi ni afekin aye ami mato zanzanya danu akinzina wala jezebe njesun amukumba ho danu akinzina ye batabo gugu ya aza mbabo gugu ya abanu al mato lo ba kun ami atebe na ba gugu ya jan gudidun Cecilia Julius wela gbin sheba wo ngege amukumba adnagben no naba pele danu akinzina ye bala ami yuebe no bagage akumlo nhai ngula zazai ko lon sai taji ngun atun pamentu shiba chegun atun nera tu ngun tabanu bai gan obakwa jin juye ko lawi ko nige ye enya ba bwa njun ko ko non kwa be bai kun aza nkasun beye lafiya ya kwa ngege nya doku nku bage nu aye afunya abi azazai nwa beye abakujeba nu ashipa nyasan odiri agboro autere nwa le sheba webe na bedai wa ganga chena jin gwamnati kola gbama piaye tin na bage ajin amu abi ntukotu nyasan yebo nkoyin gbedogun nkote jin gwamnati yan kola obwadna do nu a gwamnati atana jin bai nanu akinzin ne peye lafiya ya na bage baje ge nyasan koyin akupo le koyinu avun no abi sepa enchedo no azaje amaje asana zun nya pu tuko atazan zun mbade nshasun saizu
masu kallon mu barkamu da yammaci ga fasarar takaitattun labarai mai karantawa Isiyaku Buhari Suleja. Hukumar raya babban birnin tarayya ta kaddamar da fara wani aiki a yankin Maitama 2. Wakilinmu Onoze Yakubu ya ruwaito mana cewa aikin wanda za a kashe biliyan 184. Haka kuma ana sa ran kammala aikin cikin watanni 48. A jawabin sakatare na dindindin Olusola Adesola ya bayyana cewa aikin yana daga cikin hanyoyin kawo cigaban ababen more rayuwa a babban birnin. Kamfanin mai na NNPC ta ƙara farashin man fetur zuwa naira 537. Wakiliyarmu Julius Cecilia ta ruwaito mana cewa a jawabin kamfanin canjin farashin man fetur yana daga cikin tsarin kasuwa na yanzu, wanda canjin ya riga ya fara aiki a yawancin gidajen man na kamfanin na NNPC, wanda bai tsaya a kamfanin kawai ba har da kamfanin mai masu zaman kansu. Hukumar harkokin kiwon lafiya ta ce ta lura cewa a waɗansu lokuta da suka gabata an yi asarar ƙananan yara da dama dalilin cutar tuberculosis. Wakiliyarmu Odiri Ogboni Artori ta ruwaito mana cewa dalilin haka ne hukumar lafiya da kuma gwamnatin tarayya ta keɓe waɗansu kwanaki a watan Mayu a matsayin ranakun yi wa yara gwaji na cutar. A dalilin haka ne gidauniyar kiwon lafiya mai suna a turance Lady Kelly da haɗin gwiwar hukumar lafiya na babban birnin tarayya sun haɗa kai don ganin an magance kamuwar da cutar a wajen yananan yara. Jama'a, ƙarshen fasarar takaitattun labaran kenan, mu kwana lafiya.
Ekele m gị n'ịnọnyere anyị n'akụkọ ụwa nke taa. Aha m bụ Rachel Ifi Ono. Gere akụkọ ụwa n'uju ya. Gọọmenti isi ala anyị amalitela ịrụ ọrụ banyere ihe owuwu n'obodo Maitama, bụ nke ha na-ele anya na ọtụtụ ndị ga-ebi n'ime ya mgbe ewuchara ya. Onye ọrụ anyị Onoze Yakubu wetara akụkọ na onye ode akwụkwọ isi ala anyị Olushade Adesola kwuru na ala Maitama ruru ihe dịka 780, bụ nke ga-enye aka kwalite uto ndị bi n'ime ya nakwa azụmahịa ndị mmadụ n'isi ala anyị. Ikwu n'ogologo ahịrị iji nweta mmanụ eji akwa ụgbọala alaghachitela n'isi ala anyị n'ihi na ọtụtụ ndị na-ere ya bụ mmanụ gbachiri agbachi, ebe ụfọdụ ji naanị otu ọnụ pọmpụ na-ere nke ha. Cecilia Julius wetara akụkọ na ndị obibi isi ala anyị gosipụtara obi mwute ha maka nke a, ebe ụlọọrụ na-ahụ maka mmanụ eji akwa ụgbọala n'ala anyị NNPC n'aha ịchafụ bekee megharịrị ọnụ ego ya ma tinye ya na 537. Nnyocha emere banyere ahụike ọha na ihe dịka afọ 10 gara aga egosila na ọnụọgụgụ buru ibu abụla ndị lara mmụọ n'ihi ọrịa ụkwara nta. Onye ọrụ anyị Udiri Ọgbọrụ Arutere wetara akụkọ na nke a mere gọọmenti etiti jiri wepụta ụbọchị ụfọdụ n'ọnwa abụ ọnwa Mee iji wee nyochaa maka ya bụ ọrịa ụkwara nta. Ọ kwekwara nghọta na otu na-abụghị nke gọọmenti akpọrọ Lady Helen Child Health Foundation site na njikọ aka ọnụ nke ụlọọrụ na-ahụ maka ahụike n'isi ala anyị mere ka anyị mata na ha na-agba ọbara ike ha ịhụ na ha kpochapụrụ ya bụ ọrịa n'ahụ ụmụaka nakwa n'ahụ ndị okenye. Onye ọma gere m ntị, ebe a ka anyị pịachiri nke taa. Chebiri anyị n'ihe oge a echi niile. Ndewo.
Ẹ̀kálẹ́ o, ìròyìn ló ń dé sí etí pẹ́ẹ́lẹ́ láti lè ṣe amóhùnmáwòrán ìkànnì karùn-ún l'Àbújá. Ọláyínká Adéníjì ni oníròyìn yẹn. Iléeṣẹ́ tó ń ṣètò ìdàgbàsókè olú ìlú Nàìjíríà Abuja FCTA ti gbé àsíá kíṣẹ́ bẹ̀rẹ̀ lójú ọgán láìsí àní-àní lórí agbègbè Maitama kejì tó wà ní ìlú Abuja. Aṣojúkọ̀ròyìn wa Onoze Yakubu jábọ̀ wípé ọwọ́ àṣẹ pé kí gbogbo irúfẹ́ iṣẹ́ láì yọ ẹ̀kọ́kọ́ kúrò ni wọ́n ti pàṣẹ rẹ̀ fún àwọn kọ̀ǹgílá wípé ní pẹrẹwu ni kí iṣẹ́ náà ó yá kẹsẹ̀ járí bó ti wù kórí kó tó di pé yóò fi di oṣù 48. títò gbọ́ọ̀rọ̀ láti ra epo pẹntiró ní àwọn ilé epo nílùú Àbújá tún ti gbòde kan báyìí gẹ́gẹ́ bí aṣojúkọ̀ròyìn wa Cecilia Julius ṣe jábọ̀ ó ní èyí wà látàrí ẹ̀fikún owó epo pẹntiró láti 5.2 náírà sí 537 náírà ní èyí tó jẹ́ kí ọ̀pọ̀ àwọn ilé epo ti gbọ̀ngàn wọn pa tí àwọn mìíràn sì ń tà á ní owó gọbọyọ ọ̀hún. Àjọ NNPC ti ṣàyípadà sí iye owó yìí lójú ọgán tí wọ́n sì ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní tà bẹ́ẹ̀. Bákan náà ni àwọn ilé-iṣẹ́ epo aládàáni náà ti sọ pé àwọn kì yóò dẹ́kun nínú àfikún owó epo náà. Àrọ́bá tí ń ṣe bàbá ìtàn lórí ètò ìlera lára àwọn ògo wẹrẹ níbi ọdún 10 sẹ́yìn fi hàn gbangba wípé ọ̀gọ̀ọ̀rọ̀ àwọn ọmọdé wọ̀nyí láti pàdánù wọn látàrí àìsàn ikọ́ fèé. Ìpèníjà yìí ló mú kí ìjọba àpapọ̀ ó wo àwọn ọjọ́ nínú oṣù karùn-ún tó parí yìí láti ṣe kòkárí àfìsẹ́yìntégún fiṣọ àìsàn yìí. Òdírí ògbórù arútẹ́rẹ́ aṣojúkọ̀ròyìn wá ṣàlàyé pé iléeṣẹ́ aládàáni kan Lady Ellen Child Foundation àti iléeṣẹ́ elétò ìlera ẹ̀ka tìlú Àbújá ní àjùmọ̀ṣepọ̀ tó mọ́yán lórí ní èyí tó mú kí àìsàn ikọ́ fèé yóò fi lọ tèfètèfè láàrin àwọn ògo wẹrẹ àti aráàlú bó ti wù kó rí. Torí àwọn kò ní ju báyìí lọ káwà láyé wa gbogbo aká máa ríre èrè lóbìnrin ń jẹ lábọ̀ ọjà ọ̀kọ̀ọ̀kan láòjí o ká sùn láyọ̀.